and he can run on top of that. I'd say he can run. I say he more or less could run a fairly good amount. Just watching a damn guy run across the field as fast as he can. He's a bigger guy, a little bit of a bigger guy. I don't know how many pounds. I wouldn't say I didn't even know how many pounds he weighs, but I'd say it's more. It's got to be closer to something over 300 at least, especially when you're factoring in the size of the running back's legs, which are very, very large. And if you head to the NFL Hall of Fame, they got little mold statues of the players' legs that are in the wall. And if you walk up to the wall with the little mold statue, you can see there's a big thigh of a football player. And if you're an average size human being, your thigh is pretty much going to be hardly too even. It's not even really going to fit in it. It's such a large little gap. It's such a large gap between, is what I'm saying, between the two sides of the leg. In other words, the leg is very large. And I think and I see there's a few people joining us. And I wanted to know about Absolute Bit. I'm glad you're here Parakeet, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad to see you in here. I haven't heard from you in a while, and I was wondering what you've been up to. If you'd like to come up here and talk, Parakeet, or if you'd like to come up here and say a few words, I'd like to hear a little bit about how your weekend was, or how your last weekend was. As I'm sure you were probably doing a fine thing last weekend. Whatever day that was, Sunday and Saturday, 2 of those damn days lined up next to each other. And I also do know one thing about you is that you are working on Saturday and Sunday, or you're not working on them unless you said that you were working at some sort of gas station. And he was working a night shift or something, because he didn't give a fucking break. Excuse me, you don't even get an effing break when you're working. When you're working at one of those types of places. All right, so Addis is dumb.
Hi.
Hey, you wanted to say something.
Yeah. My weekend was mostly terrible, to be honest. And I have a question. Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
No, I'm not from Tennessee. I'm from Tonopah. I don't know if you know where that's at, but it's a small town in between Reno and Vegas in Nevada.
Okay, the people who are in the bottom Neve, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Well, no, I don't know if there's anybody from Tennessee here, and I can't say too much about most of the listeners, but I do know in terms of the ones that you will hear them speak, I don't think I have anybody on this channel from Tennessee.
That's my mom and dad.
Okay, I'm out.
And let me ask you something. So you had a pretty bad weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was just a mess for you. It sounds like you must have lost some money.
That's my mom and dad. That's my mom and dad.
Oh, your mom and dad? And are your mom and dad on the phone right now? Can you put them on the camera? Do you mind putting your mom and dad on the phone?
I think she left.
Oh, he's out of here?
Yeah.
Well, that's just too bad.
A little unfortunate.
Man, I guess that I was really looking forward to hearing where the kid was from, because as far as I could tell, could have been somewhere I'd never been to in my life. But he kept wanting to know if everybody's from Tennessee. I kept telling him there's no one in here from Tennessee, unless you're talking about Seth from Memphis. If anyone remembers, so Seth from Memphis.
Okay, I do. I mean, do we have a comprehensive list of where you've been exactly, just so we know?
Yeah, I've been to, let me start. I've been to Tonopah. I've been to Reno. I've been pretty much everywhere in Nevada. And I've even been to a few of the places in Northern California. And I've been to most of the places in Southern California. And I even been to a few places in Arizona as well. And I've been to some places in New Mexico. And I've been a couple places in Colorado, Steamboat Springs. I've stayed at Steamboat Springs. I've been to Idaho. I've been to Washington. I've been to Montana. I've been to both Dakotas. I've been to Wyoming. I've been to Iowa, and I've been to Arkansas, and I've been to Oklahoma. Even on top of that, and if you want to add another one to the list, I've been to Louisiana, and I've been to Michigan, and I've been to Minnesota. And also, I've been to Illinois and Indiana and Kentucky, Tennessee. I've been to Florida. I've been to Georgia. I've been to Alabama. I've been to Mississippi. I've been to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. I've been to Pennsylvania. I've been to New Hampshire, Vermont, Rhode Island. I've been to Maine. I've been to Washington D.C. I've been everywhere. I've never stepped foot in Hawaii.
You won't, or you haven't?
I've never been there, and quite frankly, I have to tell you, I don't think I could be there. It just freaks me out being on an island, and there's not a whole lot of places to run if anyone's looking for you.
Is it the volcano part, or it's the authorities?
Volcanoes on there too.
You?
I don't think that there's any. You see the smoke bellowing from one of these islands in Hawaii. That smoke's going to head up from that mountain. You know that's already too late for you, especially if you can't get on a boat. And let me tell you something. A lot of the boats already got to fill up and max occupancy on their boats, whether it be from cargo shipping containers or it be cruise ships already got their guests on board. So if you think that you're going to land in Hawaii and just hope to get on a boat with someone else and drift off in the event of a volcano, or let's say a zombie apocalypse, as I know that some mortal users of the forum are more or less into fantastical beings or fantastical apocalypses, and I would say that zombie apocalypse on a damn Hawaiian island would result in you not only thinking that you're the goodwill of other people will allow them to save you, which just isn't true. And quite frankly, I don't think that has been true now it must be goddamn near however many years it's even been since I haven't even stepped in Hawaii, and I haven't even been there. But I have been to Ohio, and I have been to Pennsylvania, and I've been to New York. And I've been to Texas.
Those are all very similar to Hawaii, so I don't really think you need to go there.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think that I'm ever going to have to set foot, especially because what's a guy like me got to do in Hawaii other than just kick my feet up and relax? And let me tell you something. I can get a Great Wolf Lodge for about half as the price of a plane ticket alone with kids and a wife if I had them. And I don't even have them anymore. So why is in the Sam hell does a guy like me need to even hightail it down to Hawaii when I could just put a whole bunch, kick my feet up at Great Wolf?
You make a good point.
And now I don't think I'm ever going to head back there at this point, especially since I hear that they're shutting that down and they're going to shut Twitter down tomorrow. And Twitter is going to be gone forever tomorrow, apparently, according to the news.
I hear that they're already putting chain link up on the windows at Twitter headquarters.
Yeah, I heard there's a couple saying that the businessmen were going to come down and it was going to be official once the papers are even signed.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, yeah, I guess because you've been on Twitter for a while, so you understand. Have you noticed any changes in how your post? Are you thinking that you're getting buried? Now, do you think that there's is there a cabal against you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I'd say so, especially because I hardly even get as much attention anymore, especially on posts such as Shiokiyasu, on my tweet about Shiokiyasu. Months ago, you send out a little checkup on that, and you get tens of thousands of responses, or even more retweets. Nowadays, you say, "Hey, has anyone ever heard of Shiokiyasu? Do we got any more sightings?" And I only got one guy at this point who says he saw him recently.
Was it Shiokiyasu? That's the one. Is it outside of? Would you say Singapore?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I'd say it's somewhere Indonesia, Malaysia area,
right.
That general archipelago in the Indian Ocean.
Right. Do you think you'd maybe get more hits if you wrote the post in Malay?
Oh, that's a real clever thought, and I think that maybe I'll have to give that a shot tomorrow. And I might have to go into the coffee shop and work tomorrow. A little bit on the Brandon of Shiokiyasu.
Why the coffee shop?
Well, I was just going to set up there with the journal and just start writing and maybe start figuring out how to get Shiokiyasu a little bit more money for me. how I can make profit a little bit more money off of Shiokiyasu. Now I'm sick right now, and I'm real sick.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm very sick right now.
You sound great, but I'd be willing to buy like a Shiokiatsu like sticker. Like that would be. I'd definitely be down for that.
What I'm thinking is I'm going to try to see if anyone can make some stuffed animals, some plushies of Shiokiyasu.
Oh, that'd be good.
And if I can get those sold, and I can get them sold to kids, and little kids can be asking their parents for Christmas to buy a Shiokiyasu plushie.
I think Latte would really like one, to be honest. I could see him getting one for Christmas and just being a really chuffed guy.
Yeah, Latte showed me the Vole at the film festival, the taxidermy Vole.
Oh yeah, how'd the film festival go?
Well, he brought it to me. It was in a little container. He put it right. He showed it right to me.
Right.
And it was dead. And the thing was dead and curled up in a little fetal position.
Oh, yeah. So he must have chosen that position.
Yep. It looked like he was taking a little restful sleep. And even afterwards, a guy who I met at the festival comes up to me, and he even said, "Well, that was a real interesting little exchange there. All I saw was there was a dead little mouse sitting there." And I said, "Well, it's not a mouse, it's a vole, first of all. Second of all, I was really offended that the guy was eavesdropping on a conversation."
There was a guy eavesdropping?
Yeah, and he was trying to talk to me about the little vole in the cage, and he said that's something he's never seen and wanted to know a little bit about it.
Oh.
He said, what's that supposed to mean? A guy comes up and shows you a dead animal, you in some sort of ritual. And I said, I'm in no damn ritual. I've never been in a ritual before. I said, it was just a little, I told him not to worry about it.
I gotta pop out real quick.
Okay. I told him not to worry about it. Next thing that I knew is that he was coming up and just in general asking me just miscellaneous questions. And I can confirm for everyone that vole taxidermy is that's a real thing. It's a real animal for sure. I looked right into it, and it was a very real dead animal. And so if you had any opinions otherwise on the damn thing, claiming that it's fake, I can say it was as real as a real dead animal. A real as a dead animal gets at that. I would say a real is a dead. If you could ever see a dead animal in person, if you ever run over on the road, let's say you run one over and you hit it with just enough force that it doesn't spill its guts out. It's more or less just a blunt trauma, and the thing's sitting there fully intact. That's what the vole looked like to me. It looked very peaceful in the way that Leche presented it to me. So I can't wait to see how that turns out. And I guess more than anyone, that thing's gonna be right up on a Voles Reddit banners here soon. As far as I know, it'll really make progress on that thing. And that thing's really starting to make some progress. Seeing as it's coming up.
Oh, hello?
Yep. What do you want to say, Broccoli?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to talk about, or like, I've been seeing a few comments from somebody like claiming to be the head philosopher of this subreddit.
Who's saying that?
I think I found their name. It's Mind Factoid.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I know who Mind Factoid is. Never heard of that name. And they said that they're the head philosopher, and do they claim that they own the Voles forum?
Oh no, wait. They're saying they're the head philosopher of the Voles Discord server.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, it's more or less some sort of ambassador must be visiting.
Yeah, my bad. I thought they were saying they were the head of the subreddit.
Goblin Leg, do you know anything about this?
It's Toad. It's Toad from Mario. I don't know his username.
It's Toad. Toad's the philosopher.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know that. Well, what was Toad saying? Is he causing a little bit of a fuss?
Well, he was saying as like the head philosopher that he knows whether the voles are all extinct. I don't remember which side he was on. I tend to
Whether
keep it
the Voles are what?
extinct.
Oh yeah, when what's up? What's going on? What can someone catch me up on what's going on with this vole extinction thing?
Oh, I have no clue. I keep out to
Like-
that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been checking in every once in a while. Everyone just starts showing up and just asking about voles being extinct.
Well, wait, weren't you the? What do you mean? Like, are you not
Well,
aware?
I've seen all these kinds of posts of people saying either voles are extinct or they're not extinct. And I always just go. Yeah, I already say go with the flow of the water on the things. And I just started saying they were extinct for the hell of it. I think that's a pretty funny little joke of sorts. And I was just wondering, where in Sam Hill did that even come from? Why is everyone still fighting about it?
Wait, so you're saying that the voles might not be extinct?
Well, I don't know anything about voles. All I know is I was just agreeing with the guy next to me. I just was trying to keep my head down at that. I was just hoping nobody was going to take me under the radar. Look, I don't want to have a side on this thing. I just overall make believe that one way or the other that the voles, maybe they could be extinct, maybe they can't. I don't know much about them.
That's a good position to take. There's still a lot of information about it.
Yeah,
I think
I
think
just
you
set up
started
paintings.
it.
Yo, broccoli okay, so broccoli, you're the one starting it then.
Wait, what?
No, I meant
Robin-
you. I think
I'm like saying that you started it.
No, I didn't start it.
well, I can't argue with that.
Hey, Shoxy, did you have something you wanted to contribute to this conversation?
I heard about it from Shoxy.
I'm not sure if they're real.
Oh, he's not sure if they're a real animal.
Yeah. I always thought they were like a hamster.
No, I wouldn't say that they're hamsters. Hamsters are more or less they live inside the house.
The Ty's got hamsters.
Yeah, he's got little jarbles.
Yep.
And two of the damn things he has running around in a cage. Isn't that something? Isn't that something to own a couple of little small wild rodents? And you gonna do little tricks. And I think if I remember right, he can get those things to do little flips for a little peanut seed or a little sunflower seed. I remember him coming into just a video chat once, and he was showing his little jarbles doing little backflips and whatnot, waggling a little sunflower seed in his face.
Does that guy who found the was it like a shoe or something? But he posted it, and does he still have it?
Oh yeah, whatever happened to that thing? That thing died, I thought he passed away.
No, that was Scampy, I think. Maybe.
Oh, his baby shrimp Scampy passed away.
Yeah.
Last time we heard from him or her.
He died.
Oh.
Oh, look at this. Oh, look at all this.
Wait,
Well, they got lots. What do I think about Derrick Henry? You want to know what I think about Derrick Henry? I got all kinds of things to say about Derrick Henry. I think that guy can run.
Who's Derrick Henry?
Oh, he's a running back for the Tennessee Titans.
Is that football?
Yep, that's it's NFL football.
Huh. Is he a cool guy?
Yeah, I'd say he's an okay guy. I don't know much about him. Listen, I don't know how much we can even talk about him because I'm not sure if we'll get sued.
I don't know if he can sue us just for talking about him.
Well, he's on TV right now too. I was looking over and I saw him. You know, I got sick. I've been sick for a few days after an incident with with about a little bit of dirt and soil. I think got inside my bloodstream.
How does that happen?
Well, okay, so I got to back up a couple of days, okay? And I was, what was I doing? I was waking up in the middle of the night in the hotel room, and I was having more or less a bit of a night terror, and I was wearing a couple of just a little bit of some headphones. I take them off, and I just start. I look at the damn things, and there's about 3 or 4 little glowing insect type bugs on it.
Oh,
I
like
see
fireflies.
no, not even fireflies. I'd say more like radioactive caterpillars is what I would say it looked like.
That is so
I was trying to get them off, so I smashed it, and I was hallucinating. They weren't real. I was hallucinating from waking up in the middle of the night and seeing them on the headphones. So I smashed the headphones against the side of the wall trying to get them off, and lo and behold, there wasn't any on there, but I did break the headphone just a little bit. And I was on a drive home from Portland a couple of days ago, and I was pretty much trying to tape the damn things back together with some. If you ever could go to Safeway and you get some duct tape, there's a type of duct tape called Gorilla Duct Tape. And it's pretty much like Gorilla Glue on a tape. And I took the damn tape, and I was more or less trying to rip it onto the headphones, and I'm trying to drive at the same time. And it's a little bit of a busy road that I was in. And I was trying to leave the damn city. And I'm wrapping the damn things up in the tape, and I'm ripping them with my mouth. And at some point, a piece of tape gets stretched across the bottom of my lip, and it's firmly pressed there. And I think nothing of it. I say, "Hey, no pain, no gain." That's the way that I more or less look at the damn things. And so I just ripped the duct tape off, and it pretty well much took a whole layer or two of skin off my lips. And I started had blood come down the lips, and you could see the damn blood leaking off my chin and whatnot, and it even got under my pants. It was dripping there. And I tried to get the bleeding to stop by pulling over, and what I did is I just reached into the dirt, rubbed some dirt in it, and then just let the dirt kind of choke up the blood as I drove the rest of the way. Now, I haven't been feeling very good ever since then. But I'm not sure if soil is going to cause any sort of illness.
I think soil is natural, so I think since the body is natural too, there shouldn't really be any issues with that. Now, if it was something like maybe the inside of a glow stick or battery acid, that might have some issues. But I think soil, you should probably be fine.
Yeah, they say, why would they bury us in the damn stuff if we're not meant to become one of it one day?
Exactly. Yeah.
And on top of that, another little fun fact to go off of that statement that I was thinking about earlier is if I ever do get buried, I'd say just put me in cement. I don't ever want to come back out.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and it was this woman who, I don't know what you call it. She's a professional, volcano woman, and she was saying that when she dies, when she gets old, she wants to be thrown in a volcano, and I think that's a way to go.
Well, that would be a great way, especially if you blew up as you're going inside of it.
Yeah, it's like some kind of Hurt Locker volcano combo.
Hey, Sad Permission wants to know if I got my tetanus shot, and I have to say, Sad Permission, I've actually survived tetanus. And my body is immune to it at this point. I do believe I have the antibodies to last from tetanus. Now, I would say pretty well much the rest of my life at the rate that I had it was just a couple years ago. And I think it should last. I'd say I have no more than 10 years left of my lifespan. And I'd say that tetanus antibodies got to last long enough for that. Surely they would.
Why do you think you've only got 10 years left?
Oh, I would say you could feel your time coming when the Grim Reaper just pretty well much wakes you up in the middle of the night while you're laying there on a recliner. Or when you're laying on a recliner and you see the Grim Reaper there. I do remember one night a couple years back, I was laying on a recliner in the middle of the night, and I had the TV flickering and going. And then I wake up, and all of a sudden I hear chairs skitter across the damn floor, and Skidmark's sitting up, and they're both looking in the corner, and I look over there, and there's a Grim Reaper standing there. And I sort of shake my head just a little bit, and he disappears. And I always thought that was a little bit of maybe a dream, but the animals definitely saw it too.
Are you sure it wasn't your nephew?
Well, it could have been him, and I say that's exactly the type of bull S word that he'd pull. And he probably would pull that on me at that because he's tried all types of different things, trying to get me to do all types of just whacked out moments, trying to get me to do all kinds of things. And I wouldn't put it past him to get that close. And he
Yeah.
knows what I'm capable of, though. And I think that if he were a real jackass, which he is, he'd know that would be picking a fight. Because the second I knew that was him, I would have launched so fast. I pretty much would have put him through the damn room, what's that thing called behind him? The wall of the damn trailer would break down in one fell swoop as I pushed him through it onto the mud outside, and it was raining. And that's where I would have strangled him to death right there. If in another universe where I would have killed him, which I wouldn't ever do personally. But in another universe, if that did happen, that's how it would happen.
Can he hear these podcasts?
Oh, he doesn't care about anything I'm doing. He didn't even come up to the damn film festival.
What the hell? That's
Yep.
even Latai was there. Even Latai's dad was there, and yet your nephew.
Latai's dad. I met him. I did meet Latai's dad. I talked to the damn guy for a long time.
Yeah, you should have
He was a
invited
nice
him to come
man.
up here.
Well, I'll start asking him to come in the talks, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, look,
I
Derrick Henry just scored a touchdown.
nice. Is that a good thing?
If you're a fan of the Green Bay Packers, it's not a very good thing.
Okay.
As your team is now down 7 points, soon to be 8 if they make this extra point. Now, here's your alternative little guess. If you're a big fan of Derrick Henry, then it was a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of him?
No, I don't know. I think the guy can run, but I don't know much more aside from how fast the damn guy can even run. And he can run faster than I can. And if I even sent him out here, I think I could really use him right now. Let's just put it that way.
For
And
what?
let me put out there that my Bichon Frise, Geronimo, has been missing outside Tonopah. And if anyone in the Tonopah or Goldfield area has seen a little white Bichon Frise, he responds to Geronimo and he responds to Gay John. And if you see him, if you see a little white dog with like brown muck and shit around his mouth, a little bit of a dirty presence of dirt around his mouth, please email me at deerandelk57@gmail.com. Please, I am missing this dog. I have not seen him in a few days now. And if I miss this dog, I hardly even got a damn week with him, I would say, or a couple months at most.
Well, I really hope you find him.
I am not putting my money on it. I'd say if he's been gone this long, I can't imagine that he's doing well.
Well, if it helps, my friend, his cat got out, and then I think 3 years later or something, the cat came back, and it was just completely fine. I guess it had found like another home to feed it, but it just turned up one day. So,
well, that's why Cherish is called Cherish. She was my ex-wife's cat, and one day when my ex-wife was moving out, I left the door open, and her two cats, Jojo and Basil, got out the back door, and Basil never came back, but Cherish came back. And her name was Jojo at the time. And I said, and she has long gray hair and a white patch on her chest.
And white boots.
And white boots and green eyes and a pink nose, if you're trying to visualize the story. And she came back many months later, she came back. And I said, and Mark quote me on this, I said, her name is going to be Cherish from now on because I want to cherish the time I have left with her. And
That's
so far,
beautiful.
I think I have. I think I've done a decent job of doing that. But Geronimo, he comes back. Maybe I will have to call him Geronimo Cherish too. I don't know.
Someone in the comments is saying, Bunheim, if you knew when you were going to die, what would you do with your last day?
What would I do for the last day? What would I do on my last day of my life if I was alive on my last day?
I think so.
All right, let's. Well, I think what I do is I would go to the casino. I put all my money down. I'd put it all on one. I'd put half of it on one hand of blackjack, and a quarter of it on black and roulette, and another quarter on a buffalo slot machine. And I either lose it all or I could come back and I just give it to cash to my pets and my nephew and say, you guys get out of here. Go live a good life. Go live a life without me. Live one. You don't need to waste money on your Uncle Bun or Dad Bun, referring to the animals as I am his Papa Bun. With Papa Bun gone, go and take the animals and go live a good life. And that's what I'd say. And I'd give him the money in a duffel bag, and I'd say, get this fuck out of here because there's guys with guns that are going to come, and I stole this money. I'd give him a little scare. So he really gets out.
I thought that you had won the money.
I did win the money. I'd say that to scare him, to put a little bit of fear into him, make him really get the Sam hell out of there. Out of the trailer. And that guy comes back, and he'll never come back again. You'll never see him again.
Oh, Latai's here.
Or the chai's here. Let me put a chai up. I can hardly even use a mouse at this point.
I don't think he's got his hand up though. Oh wait, no, he's here.
Hey Lachai, how you doing? Well, the guy won it. The guy won a damn festival in my name. And there was no money. There was no monetary value out of the prize.
What?
And so I went up there for nothing. And they even put me in named the movie after me, and I still didn't get a single cent from it. And that's what I want to know is how in the Sam F did I not get a single cent from their prize and then winning the damn prize?
They just like to scam the little guy.
I paid $70 to attend that event, and you're telling me none of those dollars went to you?
Nope, I didn't get a single cent from the damn thing.
You know, they didn't even check to see if I had my tickets when I went in there. I could have just gone in there without a ticket and given you the money.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just went in without even buying a ticket. I was going to say I was in the damn show anyways. And there was 2 exit doors you could walk through, too, if they weren't even guarded. You didn't even have a bodyguard outside those exit doors.
I tried to show them my tickets, and they just waved me through and said, no, you can just go in. What was even the point?
Yep, I would have to say I think that a lot of people might agree with you on that, and I think that there's a lot of angry folks out there about that thing, and I do gotta say, where in the Sam hell is the money going? It's something everybody's asking.
Also, I heard talk about this Vole meteor extinction being a big prank. Is that true?
I don't even know. Someone was telling me the whole thing started from, what was it? Somebody said broccoli started the damn thing, and everybody's just been off the rails and talking about it.
No, I think you're talking about goblin leg.
No, I heard it was broccoli. I would never start a rumor on this.
No.
Oh.
So what? Is the Vole meteor real or not?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Where is even the evidence for it?
Because I painted 2 original pieces for this Vole meteor, and if it's fake, I'm going to be real pissed off that I spent all my time making these paintings.
I thought they were both very nice. I thought they were
you.
good paintings.
Yeah, they're good. They're pretty good damn paintings. I do like the damn things a good amount.
Yep.
But what if it was all just fake, and I was just spreading misinformation on the internet?
Has anybody found any Vole at all since the...
I found 2 dead voles.
I only seen dead voles, and one of them was Latay showing me a dead vole.
Mm-hmm.
My cat brought in a shrew.
I have only seen dead voles for the past month or so.
So really, we don't really have any proof that they are alive.
No, there's no proof.
I don't know. We need to get to the root of this rumor.
I don't think I'm going to believe it that they're alive until I can see one in person.
And that's the way I thought about it too. You got to see it to believe it.
It's like with Hard Leon.
Yeah, and I've seen Hard Leon. I know that's my proof that he's real. Is I've seen him in person.
And you almost cut him.
Yep, and best friend's seen him, and Big Willis has heard him. Big Willis told me the other day he heard him.
Is Big Willis still living with you?
Yep, Big Willis is he probably will never move out.
Never?
Nope.
He seems like a little bit of a mooch, if I'm being honest.
He's a big bit of a mooch. He even said it. He even got it, paid his own damn ticket for the festival. He made me pay for it, and that's why I didn't get my own. And he didn't even show up to the damn thing.
Oh, great. He seems a bit like a fake monk con artist.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I didn't see any in Portland, but I was sure to run in one while I was there. I could just tell there had to be a fake monk anywhere nearby. You could practically smell them on the wind. And I was worried about that. The whole time I was there, I knew that I was an easy target.
They're coming to get you. They're going to profile you.
And when I head down to Vegas or Reno, I'm going to go try to see if I can't get a video with one of them.
Maybe you could post it on exposing forums.
Yeah, if I wasn't banned off all those Reddits, I would definitely do that. I've been banned off of every single one I can share it to. For the same reasons. The moderators just don't want to hear that there are fake monk scammers out in the wild. And what they'll do is this. If you aren't sure what I'm talking about, what we're talking about is a person, a scam artist, will dress up as a Buddhist monk. And he will walk around a busy area, pretty well much asking for bucks and dollars and coins. And he has a little damn note card that says, I need money for my new Buddhist temple that we're trying to build. And you say, well, I appreciate a temple. I like the good Buddhism religion. It's a fair religion. Go with the damn water and whatnot. It's pretty well much one of the virtues of the religion. And I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair way to look at the world. So if you're like me, you run the risk of wasting $5 for a guy to pretty well much go home and spend it on Xbox. Or they don't say a single thing. They pretend not to know English.
Some guy is asking in the comments. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to ask, in our last town hall meeting, it got cut short because you got raided by a bunch of shard bats. What was the outcome of that?
Oh, that's right. I had to go walk outside, and I had to go stand out. I was outside on the porch for about 4 or 5 hours that night. Just waiting. I had just nothing but a brick in one hand and the front porch light on. And I left the light on, just letting them know. It's more or less your tactic of, I don't want to hide and wait, let them come to me. I'm just going to sit out there and hope that they, what is this? Yeah, that's pretty much what I did is I just stood upside the front porch and hardly even saw a single glimpse of them. They pretty much probably walked right down to mine, and what I would guess is that they were hiding in one of the pickup trucks that the drivers used to take into town to get snacks or to the gas station. I'd say there's a good chance that they hid out in the pickup truck overnight, and that's how they got back into town. So I went ahead, and the next morning I called up the mine, and they didn't listen to me as always. But we'll see what happens to them. I hope that they don't come back here, or especially I hope that they didn't rob the place. And that's why I'm happy the best friend or good friend was sitting here watching the place.
Wait, did you say his name is Good Friend now?
No, his name's Best Friend. I made a mistake.
Oh, I thought you guys had fallen off. Maybe he'd gotten bad terms. Maybe he'd gotten, demoted.
Yeah, I think he actually did get his name changed. I don't remember what he changed it to. I'd have to ask him again or check his ID next time in his wallet.
Yeah, I say just take his wallet. You can figure it out from there.
Well, I got to check it every few days because sometimes I'll be missing cash and I'll find it. I'll miss a $20. I'll open up his wallet and there's a $20 sitting right there in his wallet. And quite frankly, that's one thing that happens enough times that'll really start getting you going, pissing you off. That's cash is good cash. And guess how much you can buy an ounce of weed in Portland for $45. That lasts me about 2 days.
Is that cheap as compared to Tonopah or Tonopah?
Yeah, I had Tonopah because we don't even got a dispensary out here. I have to go meet up with a guy. He charges about $150, $200 an ounce.
That seems like you're getting ripped off.
I'd say I'm getting ripped off, but at the end of the day, I don't want to head all the way up to Vegas or Reno. If I need it, I need it. And I grow a little bit of my own as well on top of that. Yeah, I'd say his is more or less better. He more or less blends. He has a hashish blend that he gives to me. A blend of hashish and coffee. He grows coffee seeds as well.
What do you think would happen if you had a bunch of voles eating a bunch of weed in your farm?
Oh, I say a bunch of voles eating weed. That's going to end up me going out there and exterminating a whole bunch of voles. Is how that's going to end if I ever see that happen. Or even just in general, other plants and crops such as celery or carrots.
Or even corn.
I mean, how differently do you think it would make them act, though?
How differently it would make the damn things act.
Or would they just, like, keel over and die?
They probably just become really lazy and start drinking beer and, sitting around all day.
How would a voles act if they smoking weed? I think that's a good question. I think they start getting the munchies and they start eating all kinds of different seeds or even the other fetuses that other voles are inclined to do, as we discovered earlier on the forum.
Wait, the voles like to eat each other's fetuses?
I remember somebody making that type of argument just a few months ago.
They are omnivores.
They are omnivores, or they're herbivores too sometimes.
Yeah, I would say they're herbivores most of the time, but they choose to be omnivores. Kind of like people cheating on their vegetarian diet.
I'd love to have some nuts right now. Little pine nuts I'd love to have.
You sound like a vole.
I think they taste good. I think if I could just eat some damn seeds and juniper berries, I think I'd be in a good spot right now. And that's hardly all I can even eat aside from just pretty much eating all types of different foods.
What drug do you think would be the most effective, for voles? What do you think, would make them, I don't know, the most effective at doing their job?
Likely cocaine. It looks like I'm trying. Brewy wants to know. Brewy's asking a bunch of questions. My greatest inspiration? You want to know who my greatest inspiration is? I'd say likely somebody from. Let me try to think for a second. It's got to be probably my dad. I'd say. My father was a good man. He did a lot of hunting back in his day. And I don't even know if Drewy's here anymore. And there goes that question.
Oh no, he's here. Brewy, BRW3EY. Raise your hand. Get on in here.
Oh yeah,
I can't even see the damn guy.
He's right there below Goblin Leg. He's got like a robot head on, no shirt.
I see Goblin Leg. What? Let me ask something. Let me ask something. Of all, I need to know a quick response out of everyone, and even in the audience, I need to know. I didn't even know a question from everybody in the damn audience. So get ready. If you can see the little button in which you can use a reaction, because we're going to have to know what types of reaction to get if you are able to answer the damn question I'm going to ask. And you got to be prepared to know to be able to use a response feature of this.
I'm sending a whole bunch right now.
a little bit ago, and not too long ago. And let me know if this has happened to anyone else. But a few months ago, I was with my girlfriend. My girlfriend at the time was my ex-girlfriend, and I was sitting with her and her abuela. And we're in her front room of her abuela's place, and we're just sitting there together, me and her abuela. And I'm not really thinking much of it. We're moving her abuela out, and she's going to go live in a nursing home. And I'm sitting there just overall just sitting and more or less just taking in the situation. And I'm not listening to anything, and then I rip a fart out of my ass as I'm standing there. And my girlfriend looks at me and she goes, "Bunyan, you cannot do that in front of my grandma." And I said, and as an excuse, I said it wasn't a poot. It was two of my testicles rubbing together hard enough that they made a loud grating sound. And she told me that was a bunch of BS afterwards. And I just want to know if anyone has actually had that happen to them before. And so go ahead and send that like button if that's happened to you before, in which your testicles were grinded against each other so loud that they created a bit of some sort of a noise that's a more or less of a grating noise.
Kind of like a sonic boom.
Seems like it's a common occurrence based on all these reactions.
Yep. And I had that going on a screen record that I'm gonna send her.
Maybe she'll take you back.
As proof that things like that can happen. In fact, they can in fact happen.
And it's actually normal.
And it's normal.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
And it's true. And it's true as well. I keep getting sick. I feel like I'm going to. If I pass away in the next few days, I just want to say goodbye to everyone. You should case, because this illness is starting to get the best of me.
Is it your heart cancer?
No, I stripped open my bottom lip with a thing of Gorilla duct tape and rubbed dirt in it, and ever since then it's been making me feel a bit ill.
I think rubbing dirt in it's a pretty good way to heal it. I've heard that people use mud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that because that's what I was thinking when I ripped it. I said, well, only thing I can get now is just a thing full of damn topsoil off the side of the road.
Did it stop the bleeding?
Yep, a little bit.
I'd say it accomplished its job then.
It more or less made it a bit of a gooey substance, and it was coming down in little globs and goops, just like a nerd's rope, I'd say. And the dirt was mixed with the blood, just like a nerd's rope. And I pulled it off later that night, as it was still sticky from the Gorilla Glue. So the Gorilla Tape had stuck the dirt to my lip. And I peeled it off that night, and it was one big floppy layer of dirt and blood.
Did you eat it?
No, I didn't eat it. I couldn't even think about eating it. All I could think about was where in the F is my Bichon Frise? Where's my damn dog? Because my dog's been gone now for we're nearing on a week. We're nearing on a week at this point, folks. Today's Thursday. He's been gone since Saturday. I know that.
Do you think maybe he was stolen?
No, they found evidence that he was freaking out and jumped through the window, trying to look for me. He was trying to come and find me, and he's trying to get to the safety of his papa. He was trying to find me, who was hundreds of miles away. He was trying to find me, and he leaped through the window as hard as he could, broke the damn thing open.
Maybe he's in Portland right now.
Well, he could be. If he knew how to get there, I would worry, though. And potentially, I always think there's a good chance that maybe the shard bats picked him up. And now the shard bats got him.
Yeah, and who even knows where those things are going?
Yeah, who even knows where those fuckers are going? I'll tell you, they could be halfway in Dan. They could be in Tulsa right now in a meth den, for all I know. And there's my Bichon Frise, Geronimo, sitting in a meth den with a bunch of other shard bats, and they're sitting around a damn. And you know what they're doing? They're probably sitting around a damn dirty table with no legs, the legs broken off the table on the floor, with just a various amounts of filth, including Wendy's bags and other substances. We'll even say just general dirt in bottles and needles and dollar bills.
Maybe even coins.
And coins, yes, and coins.
Dirty pennies.
And dirty, filthy pennies.
Probably stole them from people.
Could be stolen, could be obtained legitimately or through other trades.
How do you think a bunch of shard bats are making money?
I don't know. I'd say if I pretty well much coming into my house and stealing copper wire. All right, go ahead, Pip.
Yeah, I got a question, Bun. You said something about a few minutes ago that really got me thinking. You said you thought your dog might be sitting on a table with no legs, but a table with no legs, what would that be? Would that just be a board, or would that be a table at all?
Yeah, you're right. It would be a little board on the ground, and that shows the redundancy of the situation, and that shows the capacity in which these shard bats are living. He's pretty well much just sat around a damn board on the floor, acting as if it's a table, even though there's not one there.
It's probably just a piece of plywood.
With that being said, though, you could probably have a table with 3 legs, but is it possible to have a table with 2 legs?
Yeah, I'd say it's true. Because all you got to do is just...
It's kind of like a ramp.
Well, your table could be coming out the side of the wall, and you only got 2 legs coming out the front of the table.
Yeah, but is that against table regulation? Is that breaking table code?
I would say to some extent, because you can't move the damn thing. But I'd say you give me a board, and you give me he could be a real skinny table, a bit of a trapezoid shape.
I mean, think about humans. We're kind of like tables with 2 legs.
Yep, that's right.
That's true.
That's right. That's right. And you got really heavy legs on the table that weigh the damn thing down, and a really light front part of the table, the top part of the table. It'd stay put, real easy. A ping pong table's only got 2 legs. That's my final answer. Is a ping pong table's got 2 legs. And that's proof, right? That's the proof in the pudding.
Also, a table doesn't need to be upright to be a table. It can fall over and still be a table. So.
And you got to be able to eat food. You got to have Thanksgiving on top of a table. In order for it to be called a table, you've got to be Thanksgiving meals on the table.
What are those things that Japanese people eat on? They're like tables on the floor. They got like blankets on them.
I think that would be a carpet.
No, I don't think it's a carpet. It's like a.
What if a family that doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving buys a table and the table never has a Thanksgiving dinner on it ever? Is it still a table?
We don't have Thanksgiving here.
Well, listen. Okay, let's substitute it with another holiday. One of my favorite holidays is family dinner.
True.
And so we'll substitute Thanksgiving with family dinner, and we'll say that if it's never had a family dinner on it, it's not a table.
That's fair. That's pretty universal, I'd say.
What? You don't have a family?
Well, if you're just a bachelor living alone, what's even the point?
You could be a family of one.
Still houses. Yeah, it's or you can have your pets eating under the table, out of their food dishes, or dirty food dishes too, or hey, listen to this. Listen, or dirty food dishes under the damn table that are eaten out of, and a dirty thing of food, and listen to this: dirty damn food bowl and a wet food bowl next to it full of damn some water with some dirty water in it too.
Didn't account for that.
Yeah, that's right. That changes the whole damn. That changes the entire general perspective of things. In my opinion of it, at least, it changes the entire perspective when you're thinking about it.
Yeah, and we're not even considering that material that the table is made out of.
Oh, wood, of course, or plastic.
Metal?
It could be metal. You could have a metal type of table, or you could have even bamboo wood too.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, quit asking to speak and then backing out last. That one burned. That burn. I had more of a spicy wing earlier, and it burnt my throat. Burping.
I think people just gotta man up and get in here and ask some questions.
And I say, and I agree, and I say, does anyone raise your hand, and then says no, and they're wasting my time going over to their speaking positions. Permissions is the word I was trying to say. Love Tonopah. Thank you. If the tabletop is oblong, thin. That's right. That's what I was trying to say. If it's oblong or thin. When you have a finger in your ass, is it? Actually, what a horrible question. You're tricking me into reading inappropriate things on a radio show where I'm trying to get advertisers.
Now that's just a nasty question to ask.
What the F? I can't read a lot of these comments. And guess what? I'd say it's just about time for this thing to get wrapped up in a minute. Because I got stuff I got to do. I have to go back out and keep looking for this damn dog. He's been gone for near a week now. I will say to everyone, he's been gone for a week, and I need to head out there and look a little bit more.
He's probably long gone.
I don't even want to think about that. Worst thing I want to say, I want to at least get his bones. And in the desert, especially up in the Great Basin, you're an animal out there to be scavenged. Say he passes out or something, you'll never find those bones. And I want to at least find those remains. If he has remains, I want to give him a good burial. He deserves it. He's been a good dog.
One thing, I think if we can try to narrow down maybe where he might have gone, wait, how long has it been again? Like 2 weeks or?
It's been about a week, I'd say.
Okay, I'm gonna search up the average running speed of a dog.
You gotta look up a Bichon Frise. A Bison Frise.
Dijon Frise. Mm-hmm. A bit like Dijon mustard.
And guess what? Let me tell you guys all a joke.
Yeah.
You want to hear a joke?
Hmm?
You want to hear a joke? Anyone?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me look one up. I'm going to see if anyone can guess this joke. All right.
Okay, nobody
so my
spoil
daughter
it.
received an email from a prospective student prior to the start of the semester and said, "Dear professor, I won't be able to come to any of your classes or meet for any of your tests. Is this a problem?"
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was really more of a joke or just a general question.
I like the riddle that you did on Twitter the other day.
Oh, that's right. And did anyone figure that out?
Yeah, my friend figured it out, but he's got a private account, so you can see it.
Oh, and that was you tweet. Hey, was that you tweeting at me?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's you. Well. Now I gotta give you a follow back.
Oh, I think you do follow me already.
Oh, I don't think I do. I don't follow anyone on here.
No, on Twitter.
But wait, what's the riddle?
What'd you just say, broccoli?
I was wondering what the riddle is.
Or a riddle. All right, so I'm going to give you a few terms, okay? And you figure out what they all come from, what the root of the term is, okay?
Okay.
Bart Simpson bouncing, lactates in motion. That is a notion. Lactate in pharmacy. Rotating pirate ship. What's another one? That isn't my receipt.
Yep.
This is pretty challenging.
You guess what it is?
I'm stumped for
Chasing
now.
my Martian.
Yeah, one of them was. That's right. One of them was Chase is a Martian.
Lobsters in motion. Rotate the pirate ship.
That's right. And baptism piracy. Can you guess what it is?
Well, I know the answer, but I shan't ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need some time to think about it.
I'll give them the clues.
Okay, all right. You want to know the clues?
I think I'll.
Okay, Bart Simpson. All right, Bart Simpson bouncing. That isn't my receipt. Lactates in pharmacy. And I'm Chasey's a Martian. And lobsters in emotion.
A hint is think soccer.
Yeah, think about soccer if you're a fan of soccer. I think we'll give the answer to the next town hall. How's about that? How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Yeah, we might need that much time to think.
Yep.
All right, folks. Now listen. Don't cheat and don't go around making up saying things that other people are if other person figures it out, don't spoil it for the rest of us. And I'll give $10 to the person who can figure it out at the next meeting.
Wait, to everybody or
just to the? Well, let's see. I'll figure it out.
What about the
How's that
autograph?
sound? Oh, you want an autograph picture? I could do that. I could send a autographs. Okay. All right, everyone. That's all.